Welcome, my friends, to my Suno AI Music Lab. It's always a pleasure to have you here, and today we're going to be talking about Suno. Suno 5.5. Now, I know lots of you have been coming into Suno of late and been trying to prompt, you've been trying to audio prompt, and you've been running into some difficulties. So what I intend doing today is working in Suno 5.5, trying out a few ideas, bringing in one of my live instruments, this pocket sax, and we're going to try out a few things. So without much ado, let's get into Suno 5.5. Now, you do know when we talk about Suno 5.5, we've got many options here in Suno. We can either choose to prompt completely with 5.5, or we could choose to prompt and work in our custom models. What you were hearing just now was my custom model. And instead of my custom model, you can see that was my handpan fill. But I'm not going to use that. I'm going to go straight to 5.5, and I'm going to hit audio, and we're going to record. We're going to try to record a piece of music using this, and we're going to see if it works or not. So let's go ahead. Hit the stop button, and now Suno begins the journey to try to save what was done. We're going to go ahead and just say instrument stem and continue. Okay, I'm hoping that I do not get any boo-boos in this one. I'm hoping it agrees and complies. And well, it looks like it did give me something. Okay, so it worked. Thank goodness. The biggest problem people have been facing is just getting stuff uploaded in the first instance. Now that I've got this uploaded, I can go to musicspiration.com. Let's go on down there and let's go to AI prompt tools, and let's look for something from the hip hop and boom bap genre and chilled and relaxed. Yeah, all of these are good. Let's see. Okay, let's have some female vocals. That's okay. And let's generate the prompt. So we're going to copy this, and let's go into Suno again. We're going to tap. We're in Suno, and says featuring a flute or similar. It knows it's not a saxophone. But anyway, we're going to take this out. We're going to drop this in here. And as far as the lyrics, we're just going to say cool times. You know, I like writing my own stuff, even though it's just casual, just for demonstration purposes. Cool times. Let's flow. Let's rhyme. Great times. Suno ain't broke. Also, I hope. Let's go. Let's go. Have fun in Suno. All right, let's hope for the best. You know, I just did one prompt. We got to do a few more to be sure that this thing works. So I'm going to put in some instrumental interludes here. Instrumental soprano sax. We're gonna insert some of these, and we're gonna look out for the behavior of the instrument. All right. So coming down here, those of you who know the drill, we have more options. We'll leave the audio at 25. We'll crank up the style. And I'll just say, Suno ain't broke. Amen to that. Let's go ahead and hit create. And let's see what happens. Let's see if the system behaves itself and gives us another scorcher, or if it acts weird. All right, Suno ain't broke. Let's check it out. Here we go. First one.
Let's flow, let's rhyme, great times. Suno ain't broke, or so I hope. Let's go, have fun.
Okay.
Suno. Let's rhyme, great times. Suno ain't broke, or so I hope. Let's go, have fun in Suno.
It actually isn't sounding bad, folks. Although the sound was not the problem, it was getting stuff in that was the problem. Why don't you chat into me? Let me know what you've been experiencing. Is this normal behavior? You know, for it not to have glitches, or have you been experiencing glitches? I want to know. All right, let's check out the next one. Let's check this one out.
Let's flow, let's rhyme, great times.
Okay. Very similar to the first one. Very similar, which is cool. Now let me see if I can do a remix without any drama. I'm gonna I'm just gonna remix this same one. Yeah. Same one. Let's go ahead and let me do voice. Let me find one of my favorite personas. Okay, we use Lorna. We're going to use Lorna. All right. Update voice. No. It was trying to update her. I don't want to update it. Don't do that. I pressed the wrong thing. Okay. I do not want to update it. This persona has styles. Yes. Overwrite the styles. We keep the lyrics. We overwrite the style. Okay. So this is it's one of my magic tricks. I don't know if you folks have gotten such a great persona and you don't want it to go rogue, so you're just like, no, Suno, no update. leave leave as is. I'm fine. So that's kind of what's going on here. Now let's go ahead and hit create, and let's see what happens. I'm curious to know though, my friends. Are you experiencing some craziness in Suno? Because this behavior of Suno not letting you load your stuff and everything being copyright alerted is new. I haven't experienced it to this degree. And that's why I came in tonight to find out from you folks, you boys and girls, how you're finding it, if there's been any uh, differences over the past 24 hours, or if you're still seeing the same thing. From my little experiment, it seemed like my upload went through. I played it simultaneously as this recording was happening. It wasn't pre-recorded or anything. So, but I had also done that in the past, and I got a rejection. So, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try one more time to upload something else. But let's check this out. Funny.
Cool times, let's flow, let's rhyme. Great times. Suno ain't broke, or so I hope. Let's go, have fun in Suno.
That was an ill harmony right there. Woo.
Cool times, let's flow, let's rhyme. Great times. So no ain't broke, or so I hope. Let's go, have
Woo.
fun in Suno.
Yeah. Woo. That is honestly, my friends, this is why I tell you. This is why I tell you that Suno is, where do I even begin? When people say an abandoned ship, jump ship, forget Suno, I'm like, okay, and go where? And go where? Murica? No, I don't care whether it's Murica 12. Right now, Murica is nowhere near Suno. Did you hear that performance? I mean, apart from the live audience, which some people say is corny and cheesy, it's kind of like fun. But even if you don't like that, listen to the harmonies. If you know about harmony, a thing or two, what Suno did is hard to replicate. It's hard to get those kinds of harmonies and for them to be contextually sound, for the rhythm to be right, for the chordal backing to be, to make sense. Because I've heard some stuff from other operators and the voices sound weird or the instruments are, they don't gel, they're not together. And I'm talking about, I've heard a lot of recordings, like people saying, well, this is better than Suno, talking about some of the other options, whether it's Murica, whether it's Melody, whether it's A Studio. I've heard vocals. The only one that I would say has vocals that rival Suno's in to some extent is Automy. Everything else, nah. Yeah, I mean they can hold a note, but they ain't doing crazy stuff like this. So I'm curious. Those of you who've said, "Well, Phil, let's abandon ship, and go where? Go to a Motel 6 when we were at the Ritz? Are you kidding me? I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying till this thing is fixed." And you already know I'm a huge stakeholder with Suno. Let's just keep it real. I wrote this book, Suno Music Production. And I wrote this book because I strongly believed in Suno. Like when I wrote it, at the time I started writing this, I wasn't even a Suno partner when I started writing it. So I put a lot of time into writing this book. It actually took me sitting on a 10-hour flight to really bring it to birth, to finish it. So I've put a lot of my time and effort into Suno, and I don't think the answer is to just quit, especially since there's no better alternative than Suno. I'm just keeping it 100. I've tried Toonie, I've tried Murica, I've tried Producer AI. Well, it's now called Google Flow. I've tried Lyria 3. I've tried 11 Labs. I've tried Sonalto. I've listened to recordings from others. I've tried Controller Voice. I've used Audemy. I've tried listening to productions from other so called apps, and they don't come close in terms of artistry. They don't come close. Look, there's some of us who have experimented beyond just putting in a singular prompt or writing a tune and crafting the sonic background. No, there's some of us that know the craziness that can be unleashed through impeccable composition. I'm one of such. I've given this crazy tool called Suno diminished sevenths, major 7 sharp 5. I've combined layered chords, which combine two 11th chords together. I've sharpened chords, flattened chords, diminished chord, augmented chords, and the ridiculous creature, Suno, gets them correct. It gets them right. It scares me to the point I'm like, guys, what are you what are you feeding your creature? Suno is like a beast. I'm telling you. I wrote a song called Suno the Beast Eats Everyone for Dinner. Not just to make fun, but when you know me, when you understand music to an extent, you're just there in awe of what the tool has been able to interpret from what you gave it. Let's get it straight. I know what I've got, right? I know the intellect I've got in music. So when I find a tool that is able to mimic it, that's able to match it note for note, vocal for vocal, like when I put in some crazy harmonic arrangements, how are you able to do that? And not just do it with flair. Like I give it some crazy vocal harmonies and it's still giving it to me in a different context. Like maybe I just give it to Suno in a choral context and it comes back with a neo soul bend to it. And I'm just like, I just, I'm just amazed. So, my friends, Don't forget, I've got skin in the game. When I bring these episodes to you saying Suno is acting up, trust me when I tell you, I got skin in the game. I love Suno. You don't love Suno more than me. I love Suno. I'm like the biggest Suno lover, okay? Let me just make that clear. I love Suno. So when I create a video and say, "Uh-oh, there's big trouble in Little China," you gotta understand. I'm not just coming at you with hype. I'm not just coming at you for for no good reason. I'm trying to alert the world. We got to do something. Our tool of choice is broken. It's like you work for a company and then the company systems are down. You can't do nothing. That's how I feel. I feel like my tool is down, right? I need this Suno back up exactly how it was before. So those of you saying, "Well, you sure you're not just parroting what people?" Come on now. I've experienced what I reported to you. Like I was getting my hand slapped by Suno so many times. I'm like, okay, I got to take this to the family, right? I got to take this to the outer Suno family. But don't forget, there are a lot of people who will delight in Suno in Suno going down. Hey, Suno, hey, protect your assets. I'm just saying because these crazy people, they were. I don't know if you're aware of Canvas, an educational tool that these crazy hackers try to hack, and if they could do that, then there could be some evil schemers that just they try to put the hit on Suno's app. I don't want that to be the case. So I'm just saying I love Suno a lot, and I really want it to stand the test of time, keep making people happy. I created a video some months ago. You saw me and my mom just fooling around with Suno, making silly songs. I was making her laugh like never before. And she's here and she's like, "Where are these people from?" Because for people who haven't experienced AI, this stuff is like magic. So she laughed and laughed. And those joys and laughs, everyone should have the right to experience that. It's fun. Um, but I know that they are the naysayers who think Suno deserves to go. They're actually not happy. Whenever there seems to be some alignment with like WMG and Suno, people crazy. They're not happy. They want the labels to be in conflict with the AI people because they think AI is going to take their bacon. And you got to listen to someone like Will I Am, a refreshing voice in the world of AI and music. Because he just tells you like it is. He just says there's bigger issues that AI introduces, like stealing your identity and things like that. So he approaches it with a measured and balanced view. But we still have people worrying about trivial things. We got to think bigger. I think Suno has done a great service to the world, and I hope they're able to make peace with UMG. They've done it with WMG. I hope UMG and Sony are able to put aside whatever it is, or meet somewhere in the middle, just so that we can keep moving forward. Because China, my goodness, people think China just sitting down on their hind end doing nothing. China is already light years towards Suno direction. They're not there yet, but a lot of these open source models are sounding so clean. They're sounding so good. It's concerning because I'm like, what happens when the musical intellect levels up with how clean it's sounding? Rick Beato did a demonstration on his channel with these open source models. And honestly, we just need to hope that Suno stands the test of time and continues to do the great things that it has been doing. And that's why when this started happening, I got really concerned. I got nervous. And I wanted to surface it as quickly as possible so that the entire world uh, will have a voice and a say. And the more noise is being made, the more likely it is things will get resolved. People won't abandon ship. And Suno's track record will be intact. There's some big news about Suno I haven't covered on the channel yet, But maybe before we get off tonight, I'll run you through some news about Suno. Yeah. So let's check out this next one.
Good times, let's flow, let's rhyme. Great times.
Woo!
So no, I ain't broke, or so I hope. Let's go, let's go. Have fun in Suno. Ooh, times, let's flow, let's rhyme. Great times, oh, so no, ain't broke. So I hope, let's go, have fun in Suno.
That's criminal. Woo! Oh dear. Even I was taken aback by that. But you got to understand, like what I fed Suno to do that. I based that on my model, my persona, the persona that I created a while back, just to give you the background. So, when you click on these models, let me click on this persona. So, this persona was created with this.
Oh yes.
So if I keep going back, this track was created with a different track of mine. So let me click on that. So that track is actually a cover of my original, which is this. So I fed it those chords and idea, and that is what you now heard the influences in this song. So these are the things that just keep me just marvel at Suno. You can feed Suno a seed that has a DNA, and you just hear that DNA coming out, because you heard those crazy chords that were in that rendition. This one that I just did, this one. Yeah, but there was some other crazy chords that were coming out, and it's as a result of the seed that was put into Suno. And this is one of the reasons why I find Suno to be so remarkable. But I'm curious. I want to know from you. Just tell me, pump and play. Tell me now, do you know any tool that is as good as Suno, that understands chordal theory, that is able to match fire for fire with chords, and is able to deliver that kind of precision? The answer is none. I don't know of any. I honestly do not. And that's why when you say abandon ship, forget Suno, I understand the frustration. I understand you've paid $100 plus, right? And maybe going to 200, however much it is. But you honestly cannot get this level of precision anywhere else. We're going to try something else. I'm going to bring out my guitar and we're going to try to prompt Suno again. And we're going to hope that it behaves itself. So let me grab my guitar and let's try and prompt with some chords, going deeper. All right, let's go ahead and have fun with this Suno experiment. And the title of this is Suno Seems to Be Broken Yet Again. And we're just going to say, I hope not. So let's go. Let's record. Suno seems to be broken today. I really hope not. I really hope not. Suno seems to be broken today. I hope not. All right, we're going to try some bossa nova, but wait, we have to see if it passes the test. And why do I think that may have been that might have been too much for Suno? Was that too much for Suno? All right, let's go ahead and say full song, continue. Let's hope for the best. Come on, Suno. Okay, overwrite lyrics and style. Okay. Oh, well. What do you know? It looks like it actually worked. Okay. All right. So, what we're going to do next is let's put this down out of harm's way. Uh, let's do music inspiration. You know what? No, we're going to do Phil's Playground. For those of you that don't know, I have a playground for members where I got some crazier stuff. All right, in Phil's Playground, this is where I have some more crazy prompt tools. So over here, I have a set of tools dedicated to Latin genres. So I love Latin. I love Latin genres. I'm going to go for bossa nova. The other cool thing that I put here is the ability to randomize. So you can just randomize until your favorite comes up. There's samba. I love samba. Uh, let's see. But there's this bossa nova. Okay. All right. Okay. Good, good, good. Vocal texture is going to be airy and soft. Vocal style is going to be smooth and crooning. Let's see what else we can do here. Yeah, wide. Something wide would be good for the vocal effects. All right, let's go ahead and let's generate that prompt, copy it to clipboard, and now let's go into Suno. And for those of you that are wondering, how can you get access to Playground? When you are in musicspiration.com, the main place, just scroll all the way down and you can join membership and you'll be able to get access to those additional tools I just showed you. But anyway, let's come in here. Those are the lyrics. Okay. And, one thing I love about Suno is you don't have to transcribe your lyrics. It does it for you. So like this, if I wanted it to be a longer song, I'm just going to take this, plop it into Suno, and let's see. Let me see if I could make a female alto vocals. And let's see if we can do, I'll say, bossa nova duet with male and female vocals. All right. I'm really hoping that Suno is fixed for all of you. So drop me a comment below. Let me know. And once again, thank you all for joining. It's always a pleasure to chill with you and creating Suno. I haven't been doing a whole lot of that lately, but I intend doing more and more of this. Okay. So let's title it Suno Ain't Broke Bossa Nova. Okay, I think we got it. Okay. Let's see. And I should mention jazzy acoustic. I should just say classical guitar. You know, because this helps, frame it how you want. I want to hear some guitar in this. So, let's see, jazzy classical guitar, trades solo with alto flute. I experiment a lot, my friends. When I do this stuff, it's not just a one take, it's going to be many, many takes. That's how I do it. All right, let's go ahead and let's hit create. Let's go ahead and hit create. So talk to me, my friends. Is Suno still acting up for you? Hopefully before we get off the call, you could try and prompt like I did. Prompt whatever you can and see how Suno responds. See if it actually does allow you to upload something, vocals, instruments. I'm just curious to know what it does. All right, let's listen. Seems like this has been finely cooked. Let's hope. Here it goes.
Suno seems to be broken today. I really hope not. Suno seems to be broken today. I hope not.
So right from there, I can tell that something's off with the prompt. It's a little bit off, and I might have oversaturated it, but I know what to do to fix it. Let's listen to the next one. Okay, it's more like it.
Suno seems to be broken today.
He gave him an accent.
I really hope not. I really hope not. Suno seems to be broken today. I hope not.
So when something like this happens, for those of you who know exactly what I'm challenging right here, the chords are not exactly as I want them. So what I do in such a case, I bump up the audio influence so that I give it less of an option to choose random chords that I didn't play. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to call it number 2. I liked the vibe. It was coming along nicely. the second one I played was definitely better, more precise, I should say. But again, with these things, you gotta amp up your audio influence if you want it to really follow your chords to a T. And yeah, it was kind of getting into my baritone range as well, and it put in the female duet, so that wasn't bad. Let's listen to this.
Suno seems to be broken today.
That's better.
I really hope not. I really hope not. Suno seems to be broken today. I hope not.
Yeah. Okay.
Suno seems to be broken today. I really hope not. I really hope not. I really hope not. Suno seems to be broken today. I hope not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's the feel.
Suno seems to be broken today. I really hope not. I really hope not. I really hope not. Suno seems to be broken today. I hope not.
That was really good. That was good. Let's hear the next one.
Suno seems to be broken today.
Okay.
I really hope not. I really hope not. Suno seems to be broken today. I hope not. Suno seems to be broken
I think I think Suno is back. Hopefully it's back. We'll try one more experiment. Oh dear, I don't know. Have you folks tried it out since I told you? Let me know what you think. We're gonna try out. We're gonna try out one more experiment with Suno. We're gonna try something from a rock genre and see, or an unplugged genre, and just see what it does. All right, so let's get rid of some of that. Get rid of that. And get rid of this. All right, so chat into me. Let me know what you're experiencing with Suno. Are you having any hope, or are things still as crazy as they were last time we spoke? All right, let's try this. Suno is the best. There's no contest. Suno is the best. There's no contest. Suno is the best. No contest. Suno is the best. All right, Suno's the best, and there's no contest. Okie dokie. Let's see if it goes through this time. All right. Oh my goodness. Dun dun dun. Oh my goodness. Why? Copyrighted lyrics? Are you kidding me? We were doing so well. Oh my gosh. Suno is the best and there's no contest. There's copyrighted lyrics. My friends. On that note, on that rather embarrassing note, we may have to end today's broadcast because the system has failed. This is exactly what people have been talking about. And while this has happened, okay, while this has happened, Suno is still the best, but it's going through some unrest. So please don't be vexed. But you got to forget the rest. Okay, jokes apart, this is definitely a problem that needs to be ironed out. I didn't say anything outside of the ordinary, you know. In fact, part of my guitar playing was not on point as I wanted it to be. I kept hitting the wrong note, you know, because of the angle that I was playing at a very strange angle. So I couldn't really hone in on my chords. But anyway, my friends, all of that to say Suno is going through something right now. And, you know, I didn't take any melody from, I don't know if that melody matches anything existed. The chords aren't copyrightable, except it started copywriting. I mean, what was I playing? E, G, and an A. That's all I was playing. And then a C. I mean, you can't tell me that that chords are being copywritten, because that means every rock song that is yet to be written is already dead in the water, because those are very common, you know, some of those open chords, very, very common arrangements. Anyway, my friends, on that note, we've come to the end of our AI Music Suno Science Lab episode today. I love to experiment in Suno, and none of what is happening is taking away any of Suno's greatness. Suno's great. I love Suno. And even though I had this hiccup, I got some other pretty cool tracks out of today, didn't I? You saw me working it. So 1 out of 3 uploads. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. We can do one more experiment because I hate to leave on that note. Okay. It's funny, the one where I said Suno is the best, after saying, is Suno broke? This one it decided, which is so funny. If AI had a sense of humor. Let's try it one more time. Suno's the best. It passes the test. Suno's the best. Passes every test. Don't fail me, Suno. Don't fail. Don't fail me, Suno. Don't fail. Don't fail. Don't fail. Don't fail. Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna relax and let Suno do its thing and go through my chords. I really didn't play anything different chordal wise. Now, maybe lyric wise, but chordal wise, I didn't do anything different. Okay. Detected some interesting sounds, it says. What do you mean by an interesting? Does that mean sound? Oh, boom, again. Look at that. Look at that. Is that what an interesting sound is like to you, Suno? Oh my gosh, we are in trouble. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. I don't know, my friends. You tell me what you think of this rather interesting development in our experiment. What I have noticed is the moment I get a little bit more creative and step outside of the norm, and maybe give some lyrics, and this just flares up. But this is I can understand how discouraging it could be. What I would recommend to you, Sunolins, is when you are doing this in Suno, my recommendation to you is you probably want to have two recordings going on at the same time. Like this is being recorded, so I can always go back if I wanted the audio. But if I wasn't recording the video, I would definitely be concerned, and I would be looking for a way of recording another audio track so that my improvisation or whatever it is wouldn't be lost. Okay, it's pretty serious stuff, pretty concerning. Um, but I want to know what you think. So definitely share some ideas with me. Right now, I'm just going to play some of the Suno songs that we've done, and I would love for you to go experiment on your own. Let me know, whether you get a 10 out of 10 or a 3 out of 3 or 1 out of 5. Let me know how that looks, and we'll continue the discussion from here. Okay? All right. Well, let's get to experimenting and I'll see you in a few minutes. I'll really want to know what the end result was.
Suno seems to be broken today. I really hope not. I really hope not. Suno seems to be broken today. I hope not. Tudo sentimento que I really hope not. I really hope not. Suno seems to be broken today. I hope not. Suno seems to be broken today. I really hope not. I really hope not. Suno seems to be broken today. I hope not. Suno seems to be broken today. I really hope not. I really hope not. Suno seems to be broken today. I hope not.
All right, my friends, we've been listening to my playlist in none other than Suno. And without a doubt, Suno has some pretty incredible music that we cannot argue about. But the question that needs answering more than anything else is, where do we go from here? What do we do? I know we are all creative, but we have different spectrums of creativity and different needs. You know, some people, they want to create something that they have never even heard, and others want to create something that they have heard. And some folks just want to create very simple stuff. So my recommendation is twofold. If you're someone who wants to create something unique and you're bitten by the creativity bug right now, my suggestion to you would be to record what is in your head, what is in your heart, record it to your phone, and keep it until Suno is ironed out. As this started happening, I was just freewheeling in my head, imagining all sorts of things. What if WMG? What if WMG tries to acquire Suno? And I didn't have very good feelings when I started imagining that. But I hope that day doesn't come because even though I admire what they're doing, Mr. Kinsel and his team, I nonetheless am concerned. I'm always concerned because, people go rogue. Companies go rogue. And if Suno is acquired by one of the big three, that would be quite, in my mind, problematic for all of us as creatives because the monopoly will continue. One thing that I'm glad has happened through all of this, it has really made me go introspectively to think. And as the music was playing, I was thinking, okay, what should we do next? What we should do next could be complex, but my steps are as follows. One, if you are creative like me, you're getting all these ideas, record them. Because the worst thing that could happen is you're inspired and you're not capturing it. Capture your creations, capture your imaginations. That's step one. Step two, if you so desire, give it a try, give it a shot in one of these other tools that isn't as good, but at least it'll start the creative flames and keep them burning. Secondly, if you're someone who creates very simple pop or hip hop or R&B, maybe it's time to look at a different tool that might be able to help you. Okay, I'm going to show you this tool right now. This tool is called Flow Music. It was once upon a time called Producer AI. If you're bitten by the bug and you want to do something, why not use this? Check this out. I'm going to try to record something. Let's see if this works. Make sure you have the necessary rights, it says. Let me blow this up so that you can see it really good. Okay. So this is, once upon a time was called Producer AI, now Flow Music, owned by Google. Make sure you have the necessary rights to any images or files that you upload, including images of minors. Don't generate content that infringes on others' rights, including content that deceives, harasses, or harms. When using Google Flow Music, you must comply with Google's prohibited use policy. So I say I agree, and I'm just going to hum something. Let's see. I guess I could use that. Should be able to capture what I'm doing. I have all these options. 1, 2, check. Okay, maybe I'll use this. Okay. So let's just do retry. And Suno is broken and I need a home tonight. Suno is broken. I need a home tonight. Suno is broken. I need a home tonight. Can you help me, producer AI? Oh dear, it's hilarious. Suno is broken and I need a home tonight. Okay. It's safe. And I'm going to say, I want a dirty South, deep Delta blues track with a baritone / tenor crooner, steel guitar, unplugged vibe. Honestly, let me be honest, just having a second option that will not say, don't upload that, you dirty skunk. It feels good to be able to upload without repercussion, especially when you know you ain't done nothing wrong. All right, let's go ahead and I'll say use the words uh, exactly as I have them in the track. Suno is broken. I need a home tonight. That is the title. Okay, so let's go ahead and send the message. Okay. All right. Honestly, I think the joy of creativity, regardless which tool you're in, is quite satisfying, especially if you are used to creating in this fashion. For me, I could easily turn on my keyboard or sit at the piano or get my guitar. But for those of you that, all right, let's check it out.
Suno is broken and I need a home tonight. Suno is broken and I need a home tonight. I've been walking since the break of day with a heavy heart that's lost its way. Suno is broken and I need a home tonight. Suno is broken and I need a home tonight. Lord, I need a home tonight. Suno is broken, yeah, machine is down. There's nothing but the dust in this hollow town. Suno is broken and I need a home tonight. I asked the wind where the road would go, but it's a long way down and the lights are low. Suno is broken and I need a home tonight. Suno is broken and I need a home tonight. The wire's cut and the signal's gone, but this weary soul keeps pushing on. Suno is broken and I need a home tonight. Yeah, I need a home tonight. Broken Suno, Lord, the world is cold. There's a story here that never will be told. Suno is broken and I need a home tonight. Need a home tonight.
Tonight. Okay. All right. I'm sure producer Flow Music loved that. I wish they'd kept the name producer. It was kind of cool. But let's see what this one did. The second option.
Suno is broken and I need a home tonight.
Okay, it's interesting, it's fun, but I don't think it even got my key, let alone the actual lyrics. Suno is broken. Yeah, that's not. It didn't give me the blues I wanted. So let's have a conversation with it. Let's click on down. Okay, music video. Okay. All right. Upload a subject image. I don't got no subject image. Just make me a video. Okay. What are music videos? Okay. Worn Out Bluesman. Okay. It's asking me if I have an image. Help me generate one. Uh, dusty old cowboy beaten from the work of the day. Oh my goodness, this is funny. Uh, this is fun. All right. So, my friends, there you have it. I mean, okay. Oh dear. Do you want to render lyrics? So I like the way it goes back and forth. So I'll just say portrait, render lyrics, and the first 60 seconds. Okay. Uh, can you do 90 seconds? So again, this is another type of creativity going back and forth with the tool. Okay. Wow. What? 1,000 credits? I don't know how many credits I have. How many credits do I have? Okay, just start the video, buddy. Let's go. Oh, ah, you can check your balance or upgrade. Wow. Nice try, Diddy. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. No, I ain't giving you any money today. Not today. I'm still trying to work out Suno. Okay, that was kind of fun. Just it's kind of therapeutic, just going for a different option. So let's see, library uploads. Okay, so let's see, add to. Okay, I got to do another song. So new session, and let's see. Spaces. No, that wouldn't be it. Uploads. There should be a way of adding this upload to. Hmm. I want to add it to my work stream. Let's see. Because it is smart. Can you bring my uploaded audio to the stage? Let's see if I click and drag, will it work? Nah. Let's see. It is in my uploads. I like the way you can kind of, oh, see, found it. Now that's a rather intelligent feature. Yeah. Okay. So another cool thing about this, and I'll just take myself out of the way so you can see. But something else you can do is you can go to voice mode. You can go to voice mode. So let me go to voice mode. Let me shrink myself down a little bit. Go to voice mode and watch this. That is exactly it. Oh, you got to
What's the
press.
next move? We can build something around it or, just play it as is.
All right, buddy. So the problem is you changed it too much last time. I need you to keep it on the same key, same pitch, pretty much doing a cover of it. Don't change the words. I need it to be exactly like I gave it to you. Can you do that? right.
Got it. I'll transcribe the audio first to capture the exact words and sound. Then we'll create a new track that sticks strictly to the original key and pitch.
Okay.
Having some trouble transcribing that track. Looks like it might be corrupted or still processing. Can we try a different one?
No, that is the one I want to try, and it's not corrupted because I just played it and it worked.
Understood. We'll skip the transcription then. I'll plan an edit to create a faithful cover, keeping everything precise to the original. Key, pitch, and lyrics. Planning the edit now. We'll have that precise cover ready in a moment.
Why don't I trust this guy? It's such
My
a
apologies. The studio tools aren't cooperating. I'm having trouble transcribing the audio to get the exact lyrics for the cover. Let's give it one more shot. If not, we can try a different approach. Attempting transcription to Ben.
What a joker. You know, I've never had any success doing this.
It seems like there's a technical hiccup with that specific clip for transcription. Since you want an exact cover, I'll plan the edit to strictly maintain the key, pitch, and structure directly from the original audio. Okay, making the cover now. Hang tight.
Dubious as hell. He's done this before.
I'm running into some technical difficulties with that specific clip. The editing process isn't working for it. We could try a different uploaded track or create a new cover from scratch based on your requirements.
There's nothing wrong with the track, buddy. I think you're just giving me fluff.
It's not fluff. The editing tools are hitting an error with this track ID. The best way to ensure an exact cover is by registering the lyrics. Can you paste them here?
First of all, can you check out the melody? It's very clear.
Yeah, I can take a listen. Let's see what it's working with.
Dubious. So I'm going to download the MP3 and then I'm going to load it back in and see if this helps. All right, buddy, seems like you're having trouble. I'm going to load this clip one more time and hope that you're able to hear it and work with it this time.
Sounds good. Once it's loaded, we'll lock in the key, pitch, and tempo exactly to create that precise cover.
So I've uploaded it for the second time. Suno is broken. All right. So let me help it with the lyrics as well. So here we go. I'm going to feed it. This is it. Let's go. All right. Let's see what he says. Listening to audio. Well, that's a positive sign. Okay. Okay. Oh, it put let's go in the lyrics. That wasn't part of the lyrics, but nonetheless. Okay. It's cooking. Let's see what it does. If it can get the key and the vibe, then
Suno is broken and I need a home. I need a home. Drifting in the stack.
I got to give it a talking to now.
Hey, welcome back to the studio. Ready to pick things up from last time or jump into something new?
Well, you obviously are not listening to what I gave you because that was on the minor key. And what you fed me back is a major key, and it's not bluesy.
My bad. Let's get that dialed in. I'll use the lyrics from before and create a new track with a bluesy minor key feel. Making the song now.
Oh dear. I don't know which one is worse. To pretend all is at ease and to blatantly lie, or to just not say anything. I don't know. All right, this will be the last one. But I mean, it's been somewhat fun to try it out, somewhat therapeutic. And I encourage those of you who are just in to create and have a blast, and you don't have too many specifics, to try it out. Okay, it's probably waiting for me to feed back. All right, let's go ahead. Let's do it.
I'm just getting the details for that cover going. One moment. My bad. Having a little trouble pulling the full style from the clip. To do a direct cover, what style and instruments are we aiming for?
Okay. So this producer is dubious. I'm going to give producer one last chance. I'm going to get a track that has been done to more specificity with instruments, and we're going to test it out. So I have a new song in here, and it's called Testing Producer. And this is it.
You played your games and left me one love to give.
So I'm going to go ahead and say, give me a funky soul track based solely on this. No tricks. Okay. Let's go ahead, send it in. And I've given it something that was professionally recorded, so it cannot give me the excuse. I didn't hear what was being said. Very dubious. Okay. It seemed like it was able to pick that up. Okay. Okay. Let's see if it gets it. I think what I'm seeing from Producer AI or Google Flow Music is
You played your games and left me blue. One love to give. You hurt me for the last time. From now on,
that doesn't sound bad.
I'm gonna be a better me. Better me, a better me. I ain't gonna cry no more.
Okay.
One love to give. One love. You played your games. Played your games. You hurt me for the last time. Very last time.
Now, to be quite honest, it is different, largely different from what I gave it, but this is not the time and place to argue. With producer, it's time to introspectively think about the options that we have and what we can do next. So I want to say thank you very much, all of you, for coming through and for joining me on this sense making session, just going through it therapeutically and using a tool such as Producer AI to try and make sense out of it and to look for options. What I can say about Producer AI is it's not very compliant to follow instructions, but if you have lyrics and you don't mind it giving you an alternate melody, for now, that's all. That's the best we've got. I think Producer AI Flow Music is definitely more coherent and less hazy than Murica and Melody and Tuni. It sounds crisp. You get what I'm saying? Sounds a lot more crisp. And one of the things I would be interested in doing here, let me just ask it to do this. I'm gonna ask it to give me a spin on this. So watch this. You gotta hit this first. Okay. All right, producer.
Hey, welcome back to the studio. That last funky track, Better Me, was a vibe. What's next?
All right, producer, enough of all your sweet talk. I need you to take this and make me a banging trap beat with 808s. No trickery this time. Banging trap, sizzling hi-hats, you know the drill.
Make it a bangin' trap beat. Rats, stand by.
Producer AI is, and they still refer to him as a producer. Producer is like, sometimes he reminds me of a sleazy salesman. Just trying to sell you on anything he can and thinks he'll benefit from. And then you got nothing. You just got an empty bag in hand. Dubious as hell in my mind. But let's see what producer cooks up this time. It's definitely a lot cleaner than some of the other solutions. It's just not as compliant. And this is where Suno shines. If flow music is able to interpret what you feed it exactly, and I think they might be holding back, maybe they don't have as much control yet over, what goes in as far as being able to decipher if it's someone else's. Otherwise, why wouldn't they just let you get a direct, maybe they're still working out that piece. That's what I'm thinking. But so far, I mean, I'm impressed and at the same time not impressed. The quality sounds good, but the compliance to give me exactly what I'm looking for is missing. So let's give it a few moments. It's funny how he just stays hanging. Let me talk to him. Producer, what's going on?
No trickery, just pure fire. Gonna cook up that bangin' trap beat with heavy 808s. Hang tight. Gotta run the play. Making that heat. It'll be ready in a sec.
It does seem like he actually forgot because it just looks like it's just now generating. I don't trust producer AI, but oh dear, it's like the only alternative left to getting something out of these tools. Okay, let's give it a few more seconds and see what happens. All right, it's almost done.
Fire. Check out that new trap beat. That's what I'm talking about.
That's actually not bad. So that is actually not bad, my friends. Thank you for joining me all this while and checking out these beats and coming down this journey, this sense making session. I really appreciate it. And you experiment yourself, use, producer AI and see what it does. This was my first time in this account. That's why you don't see anything. I have another account with other information and stuff that I've used in producer AI since last year. But a shout out to my brother who introduced me to Producer AI. You know who you are. Thank you very much. And everyone else, thank you very much for coming through. I know you're probably still experiencing the problems that I demonstrated earlier, but it's important that we maintain a positive mental attitude and that we pivot in a sensible direction. I also wanted you to be aware that my book, Suno Music, this is now on Kindle distribution. So those of you that are tethered to Amazon, you can probably find this in your queue. And if you want a hard copy, also available on Amazon. Okay, let's remain positive and optimistic, and let's just keep creating no matter what. Let's not allow anything stop us. And let's keep going as strong and as determined as ever. Okay, one more time with this banging trap beat from Producer AI. Thank you. Bye for now.